What's up, Leisure Gamers? Welcome to the first ever Leisure Gamer podcast. I'm Luke Bryce, and I'm joined with Alan Edens,
How's it going?
Sunshine Cinerath, and Tim Korstman.
Hello, everyone.
So, thank you for joining us for our very first podcast while we work out all the kinks and get the audio stuff figured out. But we have a cool show lined up for you guys today. So later on, we're going to be talking about what it means to be a leisure gamer and what kind of each of our stories and how did we get here and what was our goal with starting up the channel or the YouTube channel and then eventually grow it into a podcast, a website. But first, I want to talk about the games we've been playing. So I want to get right into that. And the three of the four of us, almost all four of us, have been playing the Battlefield 3 beta. Sunshine, he downloaded the game. You downloaded it for PlayStation 3, Sunshine?
So I did download for my PlayStation 3, but I didn't get a chance to play it this weekend.
Well, that's okay, because now we can convince you to play it for PC, right, guys?
I should have downloaded
Exactly.
So, Alan, on your first, I don't want to say your first playthrough, but so far, what's your first impressions of the beta?
Besides all the sort of maybe technical issues that hopefully will get ironed out by the time it releases, I felt like the playstyle was really fun, and it definitely differentiated itself from a lot of the other FPSs out there, like Call of Duty, Medal of Honor, stuff like that. It definitely had its own feel, and it was a lot of fun.
What's your background with Battlefield? I know you and I played Battlefield 2, but what other Battlefield games have you played in the series?
Never got into the first one, 1942, but played 2142, which was the one after Battlefield 2, and Bad Company I played around with a little bit, but never really got into the competitive multiplayer.
Yeah, and that one, it had a campaign that was, I guess, a little bit lighthearted, which was fun to play through, but I mean, yeah, if you couldn't get into the competitive multiplayer, then yeah,
it wasn't much point.
Tim, what's your background with the series and what's your first impression?
Well, quite honestly, in regards to opinions on the Battlefield series, I'm going to be somewhat biased just because I've played every single Battlefield game that's been out on PC, starting with 1942 all the way to this one.
Tim's our Battlefield aficionado.
Squad leader.
Yeah.
Certainly a huge fan.
So, with your slightly biased opinion, what do you think of the beta so far?
So far, I mean, it's a beta, so yes, it has its technical issues. I mean, there's still some bugs to be ironed out and all that, but they have until the 25th to do so, which is the official release date that I'm certainly looking forward to, and I'm sure you all are as well. So far, that said, I'm having a fantastic time. I'm playing with several people that I've been playing games with for years. Have the opportunity to play with the two of you for the first time on PC games, which has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it has.
I mean, so far, even though it's just the one level, it's all infantry, I'm having a fantastic time with it.
And Sunshine, I know you haven't played it yet, but have you played any other Battlefield games?
So I would say, maybe I've picked up a Battlefield here and there, when I went over to a friend's house, but I've never really played it excessively.
Okay. I played Battlefield 1942 and all the special packs that came out with them. I can't remember all of them, but there was quite a few. And then Alan and I and a bunch of our friends when we were in high school played Battlefield 2 quite extensively. And then I've only played the Bad Company 1. I haven't really played Bad Company 2. But I would say I tried the beta out before any of you guys because I remember we all downloaded it that day. And I was fortunate enough that I had a break in between work when I could play it. And honestly, you guys probably remember how discouraged I was. But honestly, after the first hour gameplay, I was not in the mood to replay it. Do you guys remember how distraught I was?
Yeah, you were not having a fun time.
I got killed so many times. I think my first match was 3-8 or something. And then my second match was 3-22. And then by then I just was okay, I suck at PC games. This is so hard. I just was not having a good time with it. Plus, I don't know. I just was really bad. And then that night, I played with Tim and Alan, and that was a lot of fun. Then it started getting fun.
Yeah, that's when you started getting used to actually PC gaming again, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm still a little awkward with my left hand with like pressing Z is still prone and X is to crouch, or at least X is to non-toggle crouch. It's like permanent crouch, and just like getting my left hand to do what I wanted to do quick enough is just taking time to get used to.
Hmm.
I would definitely say though, for anyone who's listening, if you want to try out the beta, definitely get some friends to go with you because my first playthrough alone, I was miserable. I mean, and that was on PC, and I was miserable. But the minute I started playing with Tim and Alan, and we started getting into a squad, and we started doing different roles, like Alan would snipe, and I would be the assault or medic class, and we kind of go off and kind of do really, really good and own part of the map. So
And just to interject, if you do end up trying Battlefield 3 beta or when it releases, be sure to find Leisure Gamer as well.
yeah, that's true. You can
Hmm.
petition to join our platoon. How's that work, Tim?
Well, actually, they can just there's a Find Soldiers box in the top right of the battle log screen on the website. They can just put in Leisure Gamer, hit enter, and we should come up.
Cool. Yeah, we'll start a whole posse.
The
We'll
Leisure
have an
Gamer
army.
That's right. That's right.
So this is interesting because it's a beta and there's lots of technical difficulty or technical issues, and like obviously all of us can see that. But I also played it on the Xbox 360. Did you guys play it on any other platform besides PC?
No, I didn't get very far with the 360 version.
Did you even boot it up once, Alan, or?
Yeah, I did. I noticed the graphics were definitely a lot different, but
Yeah.
besides that, I didn't get too much gameplay in.
Yeah. I want to come back to talking about the different platforms, but first off, I want to ask you guys, how do you feel about the whole Origin thing before playing Battlefield 3, and now since we played it, what do you think of both Origin and the battle log and how it integrates?
Well, I suppose
Tim,
Okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was going to
suppose
say
I'll start
Tim.
that one off.
Yeah.
I guess the fact that they're kind of locking you into Origin, which is essentially their EA store model, similar to Steam, which is currently the most popular framework for that, it kind of frustrated me, especially because I wanted to own the game through Steam, the service through which I own essentially all the rest of my PC games. So that was very frustrating. Battle log integration, that's been very nice. I understand, that they're obviously trying to get a leap in the market with Origin. The fact that they're doing so by basically locking you in and forcing you to use it is slightly strange to me. But this way, I mean, it's from a technical perspective, it makes sense because then, all of the technical information about all their variety of different users, I mean, they can keep in one place and don't have to have all kinds of segregated systems. So from a maintenance and technical perspective and a business decision, I mean, it does make sense. It's definitely frustrating from a user perspective, though.
Alan, what do you think?
Yeah, I definitely hear you with the cataloging thing. Like, most of my games are on Steam, and I love it. Makes it really simple uninstalling, reinstalling, and taking care of your collection. Um, but besides that, I didn't really have any hiccups using the system. It functioned pretty well. I had heard some things, but for me, I downloaded the game quickly, got it running, and then Battlelog worked out pretty well.
And yeah, I'd agree with that opinion, Alan. I mean, the service itself, it works great. I mean, it works very similar to Steam. It has a little bit less features just because it hasn't matured the way Steam has.
Hmm.
Downloads were just as fast, if not faster, than Steam. So yeah, those elements are definitely great.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think Origin as itself is pretty good. It's definitely not as mature as Steam, but like you guys said, it did download really quickly, and you can specify where you want your download installer to go to and where do you want the game to be installed to. So, I mean, I think you can do that with Steam too, but it's really nice just to be able to customize that. However, on Battlelog, which is, for those of you who don't know yet, that's how you, on PC at least, jump into matches, find your friends, find a party, track your stats, look at the forums. Anything that has to do with the game of Battlefield is on the battle log. And what's really strange about the PC version, at least in the